and he studied at the London School of Economics. Active in our clinical programs, including health law and policy and prison legal assistance project, he was an editor of the Journal of Legislation and chaired the symposium committee. Let's hear what Stephen has to say.
Good afternoon. Dean Minow, esteemed faculty, honored guests, friends, family, and fellow classmates. For me, as I am sure is true for many of you, today is a day of mixed emotions. Certainly, today carries with it the feelings of excitement, joy, and anticipation that come with any great celebratory moment in our lives. Yet, for many of us, today may also carry with it feelings of uncertainty and unease at what our future holds. What will our practice look like? What is the future of the legal market? How will we know where we can go to get both free lunch and free dinner without a daily email reminding us of the day's upcoming events? What will it be like if in the future our gyms have televisions that actually work? Where can we go when we no longer have the solace of Cambridge Commons, Grafton Street, and Temple Bar? Such feelings of uncertainty and unease are perfectly natural, especially for us soon-to-be lawyers. It is common knowledge that lawyers are generally risk-averse. We have a low tolerance for uncertainty and change. I don't believe many of us are surprised to hear this conventional wisdom, and yet, despite the broad generalization, I believe the class of 2010 exemplifies something different. As we began our first classes in Austin and Pound, we entered the school at a time when the traditional curriculum was undergoing major renovations. We were the first class to benefit from the addition of 2 new courses to the one-out curriculum, Legislation and Regulation and International Law. Our first year marked the introduction of the Public Service Initiative, which guaranteed tuition reductions for those devoting time to public service following graduation. And as Dean Kagan started her own public service adventure, we watched as our beloved Professor Minow moved into the second-floor office in Griswold. We are the first class in this institution's 193-year history to guarantee that every graduating student's transcript covers over 16 letters of the alphabet, from A to P. We are a class that quickly learned what Harvard giveth, Harvard can taketh away, as we saw the glorious rise and tragic fall of Bagel Mondays in the construction snack cart. And while such momentous change might strike fear in the hearts of the risk-averse, we remained understanding, flexible, and innovative, brown-bagging our lunches and brewing our own coffee. Transformations in the national landscape also define us as the class of change. In November 2008, the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review was elected the first African-American president of the United States. At the same time, our country went through economic turmoil, the magnitude of which we had not experienced for decades. As the effects of this crisis began to shake out, many of us experienced firsthand the numerous changes to the legal landscape that resulted. Layoffs, salary reductions, hiring freezes, offer revocations, and the closing of many law firms and organizations quickly became the norm. The effects of these changes were felt by those entering both the private and public sector alike, as summer jobs became less available and opportunities for post-graduation employment diminished. Yet, even as the market continued to fall, we supported each other as a law school community through creative ventures like the Postgraduate Student-Funded Fellowship. Of course, these changes are only a few of the myriad of changes our class has undergone together. While common wisdom suggests that risk-averse lawyers will not embrace change for fear of stumbling, we are a class that saw the silver lining within each challenge and changed our attitudes, expectations, and goals to accommodate. We are a class that supported each other over the 1,002 days between when we first had our ID photos snapped to when we receive our diplomas today. And as a result, we are a class in a unique position to take with us the lessons that we have learned about change. Some change results in good, some in bad, But regardless of the outcome, change encourages innovation and teamwork. And this, ultimately, is what the legal practice is about. My father is extremely fond of a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which goes, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase." We stand here today, cautious as we enter into the misty terrain of an ever-changing legal market, but also eager to explore what is to come. No matter how much we may plan in advance, as we've seen here at Harvard, our staircase will likely shift with each step that we take. We should view each of these changes as a benefit or an opportunity for creativity, not as a problem of which to be afraid. As we move away from Langdell and into our next destinations, we should remember to embrace change at every step of the way. We must be willing to take a chance, remain open-minded, and work with others. And so, if we take one thing away from the halls of Harvard, beyond the legal doctrine and theory, I hope it is this. While risk aversion has its place, our experience together should remind us to welcome change in our legal practice and everyday lives. We've studied, practiced, and lived through considerable transformation, and as a result, we leave here better prepared for the twists and turns that are guaranteed to arise in the years ahead. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and good luck in your futures.